Crafty Peeps, let's get crafting.
So Hobby Lobby has some amazing decor. I'm sure you know if you've been in the store. They also have amazing clearances. So this item is $17.99, so basically $18, and I got it on their 90% off clearance sale. So for $1.80, I got this giant tag, and I actually bought one with my initial, which is a K, and I have it just as is in my home. I love it. But I also picked up two more because these are really neat to make over. And so that metal home sign is from the Target Dollar Spot for $3. And then I just cut this piece of scrapbook paper out to fit over the J. Now I could have painted it, but it would have been really difficult to match the paint, and I didn't want to paint the whole thing because I like that plaid line. So I figured I would just add the paper. And it had a little bit of dings in it, so I just went around and roughed it up with my sanding block, and I really like the effect it gave. As you can see here, it just gives a nice little rustic border. And so once I finish that up, I am going to stick the paper down. And I saw on Annalie Ashby's page that she used wood glue. So she uses wood glue when she adheres paper down to wood. And so I wanted to give it a try, and I really liked how it worked. I also finally found my brayer and ran that across, and you can see how smooth it is. So I'm loving that technique. And I'm going to just add some E6000 as well as some hot glue on this home sign. With metal, I always put some E6000 because metal doesn't like just hot glue. I felt like this needed something else, so I grabbed this ribbon from Dollar Tree. I love this ribbon, it's so good. And I decided just to make a little border around this, around the paper. And then as you can see up in the top corner there, I have some brads and eyelets that I pulled out of my scrapbook stash. And you're going to hear me say that a lot because I have a big scrapbook stash. And so what I did with them is I'm going to, well, if it's an eyelet, I'm just going to kind of pound it down. And if it's a brad, I'm just going to cut off the little prongs. And I'm just going to put it in the corner, and it just really, I think, finishes it off. And then this side of the sign is done. And then I'm going to flip it over and make something on the back side. And I just wanted to show you how versatile a sign like this is, how I could use the front and I could use the back. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments which side is your favorite.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling.
Look how gorgeous the back of the sign is. The natural wood is just, oh, it's so pretty. And you see, I didn't use paint on both sides of these because it just, I loved how it looked. So again, I'm doing the same thing I did on the other side, using some of the wood glue to add this scrapbook paper.
Get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty.
Once again, I am using one of the amazing pieces out of the calendar that Jennifer Pugh, I hope I'm saying that right, put out. And this one you can find on her website. I think she still sells the prints. The calendar is no longer available, but I do believe she sells the prints. So I will link them. But this is the calendar, and it has so many good pages in it. And this is the same artist that made the farmhouse calendar that Dollar Tree carried. So I picked this sign, and I am going to cut it down and also add it on top of the scrapbook paper. When I add paper to paper, I usually just use my double-sided tape or tape runner. And right here, I'm just checking out some ribbon here to see if that's going to look good on the side. And so I love these little tape runners. They make it so quick and easy. I will have that linked below. If you do any kind of paper crafts, you definitely need one of those, and they're not very expensive. Always, I mean, sometimes I will eyeball it, but I really wanted this sign to look high end, and so I used some measurement. Here I'm using some of the faux leather ribbon from Dollar Tree. The stuff is amazing. I love, love, love how it looks. And so I cut it out so that it would border this tag.
We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car.
The next two ribbons that I'm using are from Stampin' Up, and they are beautiful. This one is a lace trim, and I'm going to put it on the top and bottom of the sign. And I will link these ribbons below. They're between $6 and $7, which does seem kind of expensive, but you get a lot. Like this lace trim is 10 yards, so a lot. You get a lot, and it's gorgeous. I actually used to sell Stampin' Up and do all sorts of paper parties, and it was so much fun. I only stopped because I had to go back to work full time. So anyhow, love, love their products. They're very high quality. And then on the sides, I'm going to use a faux suede. So on this project, I have faux leather and faux suede, and it just has so much texture and just looks so high end. I'm loving it.
You know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car.
And now for the finishing touch, I'm going to put some flowers along the top. And I have these paper flowers and these burlap flowers, and then the little tiny ones are like lace, and I would love to tell you where they're from, but again, they were in my stash for who knows how long, but I feel very, very good that they were from Michael's. That's where I believe I got them. The paper ones, the white paper ones, I think are for sure from Michael's. So these are something you should be able to find. Oh my gosh, I just love these flowers, and they've just been sitting there just begging to be used on a project, and I think this was the perfect project for them to go on. So I'm purposely going from one corner up to the top. I just kind of liked the look of it going up kind of diagonally, and so that's what I did. And then this project is complete. I'm so happy with how it turned out. My mom, she saw it and she was like, "This one's going up in the house, right?" And I was like, yeah, this is definitely one that's going up in my decor. I love it, and I hope you like it too. So again, let me know which side that you liked best. Oh, I forgot, yes, I was putting the little, I guess they were eyelets, but I turned them into something else. So I put those in the corner.
Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out.
This is a quick makeover. I picked up this one, and it was, let's see, $1.49. So great price. I like it as is, but orange doesn't really go with my decor, and so I'm going to just give it a little makeover. So I unscrewed the clip there. I like it. I'm going to put it back on. So I'm using this chalk paint from Folk Art in Cascade, and this paint was actually my inspiration, my muse, for when I redid all my decor. So I went from browns and oranges and maroon and all those burgundy colors, and I switched my decor in my house over to grays and whites and ivories and just like soft colors, and then this shade of blue. So this blue is my favorite. It just adds some like serenity into my home decor. So I was definitely going to add a little bit more of this into my projects. I also love pictures. I am a former photographer, so I have tons and tons of pictures. So this will be a great way to display some. Now this is a little piece from Dollar Tree, and I've seen other creators peel the gold off and there's a white underlay. What I didn't know as I was trying to do this is that I peeled too far. So I was getting this really like rough paper underneath, and then as I got to the other side and started to pull the gold off, I was like, oh, it's a small little part, and you get this really nice shiny white. And so I was like, darn it. So I peeled too much off one side. I had a couple of these signs in different words, so I kind of give up on this one for now, and I go and grab another one that I could peel off correctly, and I use that one instead. So I'm kind of bummed because I really liked the love, and I probably could have fixed it, sand it down, maybe paint white over it. But at this point, I was just a little bit frustrated, and I knew I had more of these, so I just went with another saying, and I was happier with that since I could peel it correctly this time. So I try to get a little close up here so you could see. So the top is where I took too much paper off, and it's like has a papery texture, where the bottom had like the shiny. So as you see now, I have a different word, and it's hello, and I pulled the gold off correctly. So I'm just adding back in my clip, and I'm just going to adhere the hello down, and I just think this is going to add something perfect to my home decor. I needed a few more of those blue pieces, and I love how this turned out. This sign, I didn't know what I was going to do with it when I bought it, and I just love how it looks on this sign.
Once felt I'm done with the defense, drove back and climbed over your fence, had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders and closed off.
When I was going down the Hobby Lobby clearance aisle, and I came across this little house, I loved it, and this is probably the most expensive piece in this video. It was $3.49, but it's nice and sturdy. I like how it has a rusticness to it, and even though the bear and stuff is cute, it just is not go with my decor. So I wanted to use, oh my goodness, these Dollar Tree crosses are so good. I think I bought like 7 of them because I couldn't decide which ones I liked the best. So this is just a piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm going to center it here. I want it to kind of look even, and I will draw around this, cut it out, but then I'm going to need to measure for the black border and then cut that out so that it fits inside.
Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying highs.
And now I'm going to take those alphabet stickers and this cross and add it to the front. So I'm going to kind of position the cross where I like it so that I know where to put my letters. And I'm going to spell out bless our home. Wait, is that what I write? Bless our home? Yes, I think that's what.
Sunsets, remember the colors, they were wrong. It was way more than a dream. We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside, so right, we stood there all wide-eyed, you and
Home was just a little bit too wide, and so I couldn't put the cross in how I originally planned, and that was to leave it as is and set the base inside the house. So I'm just going to take the cross off the base. It was super easy, it was just screwed in, and then I'll just kind of tip the cross a little bit so that it fits in there and you can read the word home. And I use a mixture of E6000 and hot glue, and this was a simple makeover, but I just really love how it turned out.
There's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. I'm standing on the dizzying heights.
So this is a super simple makeover. I kind of don't know how I feel about this sign. Oh, real quick, I'm going to say that one was $22, so I got it for $2.20 on their 90% off. And the frame just popped off really easily. What I was going to say is, I'm not sure I love this yesterday's home runs don't win today's game. That seems kind of harsh. Like if your kid's into baseball and you say stuff like that, I'm not sure how I feel about that saying. I feel like it's not quite the most positive. So that's probably why it was on clearance. There was little tiny nails and I'm just gonna pull those out. It was nailed into that frame, but they were really, like I said, that frame popped off so easily. And I decided, since this kind of has a papery layout, like it's almost like it was a poster attached, I'm gonna just flip it over and use the back side. And as per usual, I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum chalk paint and linen because it's my absolute favorite and I use it all the time. I'm just going to put it on. I'm not going to give it a full coat. I like that rustic look when you don't totally cover the board, the side, whatever you want to say. And I just go on my Cricut and I make a vinyl saying. I have never done a vinyl this big, and I learned all the things not to do. And I do not show you me putting it on because it was kind of a disaster. But I got it on and everything was good now. But yeah, you did not need to see me struggle. I think you all know how to put vinyl on to a sign. In case you don't, I'll put it up above there and you can go check out a video that had a little bit easier vinyl. And I'm just going to use some wood glue to glue this sign back in, and that is literally it. I was able to make a nice big sign for my house with a wonderful frame, a wood frame, and that's it. It was so easy to make over, and for $2.20, that is a good deal. I hope you enjoyed these Hobby Lobby clearance flips, and until next time, happy crafting!